What's up everybody, I'm Logan from Sleepopolis, and today I'll be reviewing the 8 Sleep Pod. I'm going to go over the materials used in the mattress, run some tests, give some pros and cons, and even talk about the 8 Sleep app. But if you're interested in learning more about my experience setting up the 8 Sleep Pod or with the 8 Sleep app, you should check out the full review on sleepopolis.com. For right now, I want to talk about what the 8 Sleep Pod feels like. Now, in discussing the feel of a mattress, the first thing I like to bring up is the support level. I find that the 8 Sleep Pod comes in at about a 7 out of 10 on the firmness scale. That's just a hair to the firm side of a medium firmness. Now, I gotta say, I found that when I first laid on the mattress without the smart grid cover on, it was pretty soft. I was sinking into it pretty quickly, but then I put the cover on top of it, which is how it's meant to be used, and I found that that kept me more on top of the bed. There is a bit of sinkage into the mattress for a bit of pressure relief, but you're really on top of the mattress. You're able to change positions without feeling stuck. Now, when I roll onto my side, I do feel a little bit of pressure at the shoulders. We'll take a closer look at that later on during the review. But I gotta say, if you are a combo backside sleeper or something like that, I think you're still gonna be pretty comfortable here on the 8 Sleep Pod. Now, rolling onto my stomach, what I'm really looking for here is what my hips are doing. Are they sinking too far into the mattress? Is that going to bone my back, cause me to wake up with some aches and pains in my lower back? And I think if you spend part of the night on your stomach here on the 8 Sleep Pod, you're going to be okay. I think really strict stomach sleepers are gonna wanna find something with a bit more support or firmness to keep their spinal line in a good position. So overall, I think back sleepers and combo sleepers are going to be pretty happy with this mattress. But if you are a strict side or strict stomach sleeper, you're gonna wanna find something with either a little bit more plush feeling for the side sleepers or a little more firmness for the stomach sleepers. Now, to give you a better idea of what's going on with the 8 Sleep Pod, I've peeled back the cover so you can see the materials used and the layers of it. Now, the cover itself uses a knit, polyester, and cotton blend, and it houses that active grid technology that's going to allow you to heat or cool it, as well as has all these sensors for the sleep tracking that's going to give you your sleep score throughout the night. Now, below that, we have an all foam mattress. This comfort layer is polyfoam. It's got some give to it, so you're gonna be able to sink in for a bit of pressure relief. You can see it's got that quick response to pressure, so you're not gonna feel stuck in the layer at all. Below that, we have a bit of another layer of polyfoam here. So again, you're sinking in still here as well. Below that, we have a memory foam layer. You can see that slower response to pressure. So these are really where your comfort's going to come from. You're gonna sink in. I found that the polyfoam on top did a nice job of providing a quicker response to pressure so you don't feel stuck in those layers though. Now, here at the base, we have a high density polyfoam layer. It's really firm material. It's really common in bed-in-a-box mattresses, and it really provides support overall to the mattress. Now, instead of just taking my word on the feel of the 8 Sleep Pod, I'd like to run a few tests on all the mattresses that I review so you can get a more objective look at what's going on with these beds. The first one that I run is a pressure map test, and I put a pressure map down on top of the mattress, lie down in a few positions, and you'll see the results next to me ranging from blue for low pressure to red for high pressure. Now, my back and my stomach, my weight's evenly distributed in these positions, so it's pretty much blue across the board. So there's nothing really to report on that part of the test. However, the interesting thing comes in with side sleepers. You can see that it is mostly blue, but there is a range in the shoulder area where it goes up into that green or yellow range. That means the pressure is getting a bit higher. I think the green range is acceptable for most side sleepers, but once it gets into that yellow, if you're a really strict side sleeper, you're gonna wanna find something with a little bit more soft or plush feeling to it so you can sink deeper into bed so you don't feel jammed up at the shoulders. Now, another test that I like to run is a bounce test, and basically this is going to tell me how much bounce a mattress has. Is there great mobility? Are you going to feel stuck in the mattress? I gotta say, there isn't a ton of bounce to the 8 Sleep Pod. It is an all foam mattress, which is why I was actually pretty surprised to find that there was really great mobility here. I didn't feel stuck in the mattress. I think it has a lot to do with that special cover there, because it does have the technology in there to allow it to cool, things like that. You don't really get the contouring around your body from a softer foam mattress, which you might expect. I definitely, there isn't a lot of bounce to the 8 Sleep Pod, but I didn't feel stuck at all when I was rolling around or changing positions. Now, the last test that I like to run is a motion isolation test. Basically, if you share your bed with a partner, are you going to feel it while they are adjusting their position during the middle of the night or getting into and out of bed? Now, how I test that is I put a seismometer down where you might be sleeping, and on the other side of the mattress, I drop a 10-pound steel ball from heights of 4, 8, and 12 inches. That simulates them adjusting or getting into and out of bed, and the seismometer tracks the disturbance with each of those drops. I gotta say, overall, I found that the 8 Sleep Pod was pretty average when it comes to isolating motion transfer for all foam mattresses. It's definitely not the worst I've tested, but also I wouldn't necessarily point it out as a strength for the couples out there. Now, up until this point, I've mostly been talking about the feel of the 8 Sleep Pod mattress, but because one of the main selling points of the 8 Sleep Pod is the sleep tech, I wanna touch briefly on that here. First up, the cover houses the active grid, which is the technology that allows the 8 Sleep Pod to give you a sleep score as well as heat up or cool down to your preferences. Now, I found that setting up the 8 Sleep Pod was actually pretty straightforward. There's step-by-step directions in the 8 Sleep app, which is a necessary application to use when you're sleeping on this mattress. Within the application, not only is it going to have setup directions, but it's also going to allow you to control the temperature of the mattress, as well as give you a sleep score based on whether you slept through the night or not. The 8 Sleep app also offers things like soothing sounds to help you get to bed, and a heat alarm, which is actually pretty interesting. You set what time you want to wake up, and the mattress will actually slowly change the temperature from either hotter to colder, colder to hotter, which will help wake you up in a more peaceful manner. One of the things about the tech in the 8 Sleep Pod that I think makes it a great choice for the couples is that you can actually set up different zones. So while you might prefer your zone to be a bit cooler while you sleep, your partner might like a warmer toastier bed. You can actually split it down the middle, and the sleep tracking will actually track your stats separately. You can either share that information with your partner or not. It's really up to you. It's actually pretty intuitive within the app. Now, before I end the review, I do want to give you my pros and cons for the 8 Sleep Pod. First up, positionally, I would recommend it to the combo sleepers out there. If you're someone that moves from your back to your side throughout the night, I think it's got a nice mix of support and pressure relief. And also, I didn't feel stuck in the mattress, so you're able to change positions really easily. Now, second reason I would recommend the 8 Sleep Pod is if you are interested in sleep tech or sleep tracking. I thought the 8 Sleep app was really intuitive and was really able to give me some good information and a nice sleep score. There's also some really great benefits in terms of connecting it to your smart home if that's something you're interested in. So if you really want to dip into the sleep tech world, 8 Sleep Pod is a nice start there. Also, I would recommend it if you are really temperature sensitive. If you're someone who overheats during the middle of the night, the active grid cover really does a nice job of cooling down your bed. Also, if you tend to get really cold during the middle of the night, it can keep it really nice, warm, and cozy. Now, even given all that, I don't think it's the perfect mattress for everybody, so some of my complaints would be that it doesn't have a lot of bounce to the mattress. I didn't feel stuck in the layers or anything like that, but it is an all-foam bed that doesn't provide the same spring you might be looking for out of a hybrid mattress or something with coils. Now, I would also say, while I did find that the mattress was pretty comfortable, I found that the active grid cover did have a bit of a crinkly feel to it. I think it's because there's some plastic in there to provide the water to run through that's going to help you basically keep it cooler or hotter. That is part of the sleep tech, but I could actually feel it a little bit as I rolled around on the mattress. If you are interested in purchasing an 8 Sleep Pod, I want to give you some of their company policies. First up, there is a 100-night trial period, so you can have it in your home for just over 3 months, saying whether you want to keep it or send it back. Shipping is free. The mattress will arrive compressed in a box, so you want to let it decompress for a few hours or even overnight so you get the full support and feel of the mattress. And the hub and cover actually come in a separate box, so there is a little bit of assembly required. Now, the mattress comes with a 10-year warranty. You'll want to check out exactly what that covers on their website, but I would say that's about the average for the bed-in-a-box online mattress world. And also the pricing tends to change a little bit, so you're going to want to check out sleepopolis.com for up-to-date pricing and coupon information. Now that's it for my review of the 8 Sleep Pod. If there's anything I didn't cover, just leave a comment below. Now again, if you're interested in learning more about setting up the 8 Sleep Pod or the application itself, you can check out my written review at sleepopolis.com. Also be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any of our sleep news or giveaway announcements, and head to sleepopolis.com for all of your sleep needs.